Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my new video where we are going to be going over how to deal with kill lanes down in the bot lane when you are playing Swain. We are up against a Draven one trick with a Nautilus. This is an extremely strong early lane that can do a lot of damage to you pre-6 and really start punish you. So how we look to adjust with your runes and with your items, you are looking to rush Zhonya's first because you are gonna just become a absolute menace once you hit level 6 and once you have a stopwatch. Conquer is going to be great because you see how many of the enemies are melee champions. As you can see here, there are 4 melee champions as well as the Shaco clone, which is going to give you another melee champion to drain from. So this is just going to be a great setup for your Conquer rune. Presence of Mind is an absolute must in this matchup, and when you are doing this early build where you are not rushing the Andres, is because you are going to have a lot of mana issues, and this is going to help out quite a bit. Legend Tenacity is great because it's the only legend that is really usable when you are playing Swain down in the support, and they have a lot of CC. And Last Stand is great because they do not have too much burst, and you're able to prevent a decent amount of damage. You're going to be proccing this for a long period of time. Bone Pointing is an absolute must just to survive some of these early game trades, and I'm going to show you how to bait out some of these early kills. And then finally, we are going to be talking about how important unflinching is with Swain. You are going to have a massive amount of time procced on it. This was only a 32-minute game, so you can imagine how long it is going to be procced in some of those longer games. In these types of games when you're playing against a very, very heavy enemy kill lane, you need to be rushing Zhonya's. It's just going to allow you to have a lot of power. You aren't going to be getting one-shotted, and you are going to be able to do a consistent amount of damage with your Conquer. Alright, that will wrap up the intro, guys. Let's get right into some gameplay. Alright, and starting to get into some gameplay, what you are essentially looking to do here when you are going into these tougher lanes is you want to extend the trades against the enemies where they are going to look to punish you. They think that they are stronger and that they should win, and you want to really bait them down into your tower because they are really, really reliant on getting some early kills to start snowballing. So we're going to use that aggression towards them. We're going to be looking to ease many targets, get our passive procs, get a little bit of healing, get some poke down, and really try and bait the enemy into very, very bad positions. I ping my Varus back here just to get back to the turret because we did not have any minions here, and this is where you can really look to punish the enemy. We get an E root under tower where he can't return or else he's going to take turret. We ignite him, we have him overextend, we flash out, and then our Varus is able to chase down the Draven. I throw a W down to zone him with the slow, and we get a very, very nice first blood. Alright, and getting into this situation where you can look to start baiting the enemy champions, I am rushing Zhonya's here because I know that most of their damage is going to be coming out of that Draven. So I get an early cloth armor, and I'm really looking to aggressively trade against the enemy. I miss an E there, and we're really looking for an all-in here. Again, we are baiting them under the turret because they're going to be auto-pushing the lane with Draven. We are looking for them to be as aggressive as possible. We use the Varus slow to ensure our E hits, and then we get an ignite on the enemy target, and we again bait them under tower. We're using their aggression against them in a way where we can start punishing them once they overextend a bit. Alright, and now we are going to be getting a little bit deeper into the game. When we started snowballing a bit, we're a lot stronger in the lane, but however, this lane, all they can do is they can go in. They're going to be looking to constantly all in. I'm blocking my Varus from the hook there. I bait the all in. I have my ultimate and my ignite. I just make sure I need to land the E on the enemy target, and we just use, again, their aggression against them. We let them engage on us. We have them overextend down the lane so we can chase them further, and we punish them. Alright, and once you start getting into the team fights against these very all-in type of champions, you want to, again, apply the same logic that you did in your team fighting phase. Be in the front line and really look to bait and overextension. Because you are support, they perceive you as a easy kill and easy gold. So what I'm going to be doing here is going to be zoning people with my ultimate and forcing them under tower and really making sure that I'm hitting as many targets as possible. I ult a little bit early here trying to get a bit of burst down, but however, Zhonya's is just buying me so much time. I'm in the front lines just causing a huge distraction, and essentially my Xerath and Varus are both able to free fire because of how aggressive I am being, and they are just being unhindered. And that will wrap up this section. And I think there's just, yeah, a little bit of a funny kill on this Draven because he is so absolutely weak. He is just completely beyond tilted. Alright, and here we are getting into some of the later game team fights that you can look to expect in these kinds of situations with a lot of melee champions. I'm saving my pull to look to peel off any of my backliners from one of their divers. I'm using my ultimate to zone their range, so again, both my poke Xerath and my poke Varus can be unhindered in the fights, and they are just able to dunk on the enemy champions. I'm able to get a nice little grip on the stealth Shaco, and I needed to zone use right there, but you get the idea. And what your position is as support Swain. You need to create distance for your team, and it's really going to enable them to put out the maximum amount of damage possible in that certain situation. Alright, here's another thing that you can look to utilize when you're playing support. Now, obviously, when you're playing Swain, it is great. The absolute best feeling on Swain is when you can hit a couple people with that long-range W, as I do here, and get them to a really low HP threshold and allow the Yorick to chase and get a very good situation. Now here, the two of their strongest members, the Silas and their Shaco, is going to focus me. And what that means is my carries aren't going to be focused, and I can just be a huge disruptor for this situation. I trade 1-for-1 on the enemy jungler, which is really big in the late game, and I'm able to make sure that my allies are going to beat this extremely strong fed Silas. I think he's like 11-1 or something, because he had to use so much on me. He used a lot of his health bar, and he just got into a very tough position, giving up a massive shutdown and I think 10 of his stacks. And that will wrap up this part. Alright, and another late game team fight where I am able to create a massive amount of space for my backline. I pull off as many of the enemy champions and make sure that they are looking to focus me. I use my Zonias when I feel like I'm getting a little bit low, can start healing, and my Xerath and Varus are both free shooting their massive amounts of poke on the enemy champions and just getting us into a very good state where we can win this team fight. Even though that we were in a 4v5 there, we were able to trade decently well. Yorick was able to get a turret. If our Xerath and Varus landed a couple more abilities, I'm pretty sure that would have just been game over. But again, that is how you want to be looking to play out team fights, is creating distance for your allies and doing as much damage as possible, getting as many slows, roots, and getting a fully stacked up ult to really just punish the enemies when they overextend trying to kill you. Alright, here we go. We're going to talk about the last team fight. Now, I have my Abyssal Mask, which is absolutely a great item on Swain, particularly when I am playing against a very heavy AP threat in the AP Shaco jungle. The Silas coming out of the mid lane with 25 Magi stacks. And again, I am creating distance. I am zoning off their frontline champions away from my Varus and away from my Xerath, and I'm using all of my bursts right there. I'm using my R2 as well as a close range Q on the enemy champion, and we're able to clean up. Now again, they have two choices in this team fight. They can either ignore me, which I'm at the point where I'm pretty strong with my items, or if they ignore me, I can absolutely decimate their Draven and any backline, and I will just be doing a massive amount of ramping damage with my Conqueror, or they can try and burst me out, and that's why I go tanky with a little bit of Zonias and Abyssal. So I just put them in a very tough situation where they need to get a really nice flank on my backline without me seeing it to win these team fights. And that'll wrap up this video, guys. If there's a certain matchup you want to see, let me know in the comments. And as always, take it easy.
No luck in your promo games? Not even one pentakill? Did your teammate rage quit? Feed the enemy team? Just jump over to turbosmurfs.gg and do like the pros, buy a fresh level 30 account. We offer high-quality accounts and service that reflects in our 5 out of 5 star rating on Trustpilot. Not only that, but we also offer lifetime warranty on all our accounts and a daily loot box where you can win a free account. Link in the description.